Hello there, I'm Michelle Dewberry. This is Jubes and Curtul. 7, Kelvin Mackenzie, the former editor of The Sun, and Steve McCabe, the former Labour MP, alongside us. Janet says, Michelle, you're all going on about loud conversations and loud music on public transport. Yes, it's annoying, but it's not a crime, she says. Well, there must be something that people can do, and that's the whole point that Ed Davey is suggesting. If you're going to be a public nuisance, he wants to hit you in your back pocket. But how would you enforce it? Of course, the million-dollar question. Now, Donald Trump, we all know that he definitely divides opinion, doesn't he? And now we've got 16 MPs, and it's a number that's growing by the day. They've signed an early day motion to try and block Donald Trump from addressing Parliament when he has his next state visit. Just a quick thought on this from both of you. Do you think he should be able to address Parliament or not?
Well, he certainly should be allowed to come here. I mean, after all, we allowed President Xi to come here from China. And do you remember what happened there, where we had the disgusting and disgraceful position of protesters actually being covered up in the Mall so that Xi would think that the people of this country didn't have a view about his communist dictatorship. So he definitely should be welcome here. My question is, I am sick to the back teeth of Trump, how can I put it, licking the backside of Putin while condemning and criticising the president of Ukraine. You know, the truth about the matter is, I very, very, very much hope that the Ukrainians, right, my families are not going to spill their blood for this, so I do recognise the argument. I hope that they carry on fighting, and I hope that we carry on arming them. And the one thing I like about Starmer, I hate almost everything else he does, but I like the fact that he never hesitates to put the boot into Putin and support Ukraine. And honestly, Trump, this is a stain on the fact that he's supposed to be the leader of the democratic world. Is he hell? Well,
he reckons that they're almost about to get to the point where there's some kind of remedy, solution, peace deal, whatever you want to call it. We shall see. Steve, your thoughts?
Well, I agree with Kelvin about Putin and Ukraine. Absolutely. Look, I mean, I don't know how many politicians would want to go and hear Trump at the moment, if I'm perfectly honest. I'm not sure this kind of gesture politics of early day motions is terribly helpful. I mean, the United States is an ally. We're trying to deal with some difficult situations with them, and whatever the issues...
Is it an ally, Steve?
Well,
it used to be. It used to be.
Well,
it ditches its friends.
Whatever the issues about Trump, I mean, we have to think that on balance, they have been an ally for many, many years, and we hope they will remain an ally. Mm-hmm. And it's difficult to judge where Trump is from 1 minute to the next. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I don't know whether it matters whether they ban him or not, because I'd be really curious to know how many people would sign up to go and listen to him at the moment.
Well, some people actually think that we should rescind the invitation for that second state visit, and that actually Starmer shouldn't have kicked off proceedings with that invitation.
Well, I think that's a matter for the king, not for any of us.
But you must have a view. Do you think that we should be doing a state visit for Trump?
Well, I think that offer has been made, and I think we would look really cheap if we were to start indulging in that kind of petty politics. I don't think that would help the situation at all.
I think Starmer's brown-nosing of Trump is the equivalent of Trump brown-nosing Putin. But it's in our interest, so therefore we've got to carry on doing it. He should be invited here. Actually, I don't know why would we be interested in hearing the views of Trump. What we've heard so far, either economically or in relation to Ukraine, actually makes me sick.
Us blokes hate talking about a little thinning up top, and many of us settle with that balding look, but that wasn't for me, and that's why I went to Elite Hair, the world's leading hair loss clinic, and now I've had over 4,000 new hairs added to this barnet, and very soon I'm going to be rocking some brand new flowing locks, and you can too. So how does it work? Step 1, I sent the team a set of photos of my head. Step 2, I then spoke to one of the Elite Hair staff who looked through my photo submissions and worked out a treatment plan for me. Step 3, Elite Hair then organised accommodation and the treatment. I was at their state-of-the-art treatment centre in Istanbul, and their incredibly kind staff took me through the process, and before I knew it, I was in surgery. Elite Hair and their leading medical experts have specialised in pain-free treatments using the sleep deep method, and they really mean that. I felt incredibly relaxed the whole time, and I haven't felt any pain since. Check out Elite Hair using the link in the description. When you do, Elite Hair will provide you with a free personalised hair analysis. Then you'll join over 100,000 happy patients. Hit that link and start your hair growth journey like I did today.
Let me ask you this, moving the conversation on, because we talk about immigration. Often lots of people have very strong opinions on what the numbers should be when it comes to immigration. But what about the types of people? Because there's been suggestions today that actually when it comes to immigration from poorer countries, we should be tightening our belts and restricting the numbers on that side of the fence, and instead looking more favourably on immigration from the likes of EU countries.
Well, the only research I've seen on this comes from Denmark and the Netherlands. We've never done any research on this, but what it showed there, convincingly, is that immigrants from poor countries, and I'm talking about Bangladesh and Pakistan, are a net cost to the exchequer of quite a substantial amount, and immigrants that come actually from Western Europe, right, are a net gain to the exchequer, which actually plays to the argument which is that we should rescind Brexit because the quality of immigrants coming to our country would be higher. But that's a completely different argument. But however, these are the only facts we've seen. We should carry out research. Remember, the Home Office would never, ever, ever say break down crime by country. Now they've decided to do it. They could definitely work out. Under pressure.
They've not just woken up and thought
so we've seen some pressure start now. So therefore, actually, we should now see the Home Office, Yvette Cooper, who's had a latter-day conversion to this kind of view, right? Her announced we're going to work out which immigrants are making money for us and which are a cost to the country.
Steve?
Well, I'm not sure we should be focusing on countries. I think we should be focusing on the individuals who are coming here. We should be making sure we have people with the qualifications and the skills that will benefit this country and will be an addition to this country. I think it's actually quite difficult to be clear about it on a country basis, because despite the research you mentioned there, I mean, I think there's also some research that shows that Pakistani Americans do far better in American society than the vast majority in this country. Now, that would suggest that maybe something about the people you're actually bringing in. I don't know enough about it, but the point I'm making is we should concentrate on the individual. And there are examples in the past. I mean, I know that Bangladesh has made some economic progress in recent years, but at one stage, we used to have a reciprocal health deal with Bangladesh because we could get well-trained doctors and nurses there who came and helped our health service, and actually they invariably went back to Bangladesh and helped their country as well. So it's about the quality and the skills of the people you're bringing in, and it's about their record. If they've got a criminal record, what sort of person are you inviting into your country?
Well, I've seen that research, which showed that the Pakistani Americans came from a better area of Pakistan, and we seem to get the rejects and they get the good guys. So perhaps we should start looking at whereabouts they came from, and that before we make a decision about whether we should allow them in or not.
Well, what do you think to it all? I think no matter what side of the fence anyone sits on or the viewpoint you all have, transparency, data transparency can only surely be a good thing, can't it? Because I was watching some commentary yesterday, and the suggestion was it was pandering to the so-called far right to try and ask for this data. I mean, how ridiculous is that? You get your data, surely, and from there you can make decisions and have proper, honest conversations, can you not?